In the last session, we derived what is the magnetic field due to a solenoid and what is the magnetic field due to a toroid. Okay. Now, today's session, we are going to derive what is the force between two parallel current carrying conductor, and we observe when the force is attractive force and when the force is repulsive force. Okay. To derive that, we have to know about some points. The points are, you have to remember these points. First point, the first point is force acting on a conductor. Force acting on a conductor, we derived. Straight conductor is taken, that is B I L sin theta. This is the formula for force acting on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field. And the second point we have to remember is a straight current carrying conductor is taken. In this, current I amperes is flowing. Now, according to Ampere's law, if you consider a Amperian loop around this conductor, the magnetic field around the conductor is integral B dot dl is equal to I. From that, B integral dl is nothing but 2 pi r. So from that, the magnetic field due to a straight current carrying or infinite length current carrying conductor is equal to I by 2 pi r. Remember this point. The first point is force acting on a straight current carrying conductor is B IL sin theta. The second point is the magnetic field around a current carrying conductor is, according to Ampere's law, that is B is equal to I by 2 pi r. And the third point you have to remember is, that is whenever, if you means right hand thumb rule. The fourth point is, you have to remember right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule is when you take your right hand, here the curl fingers represent the magnetic field and the thumb represents the current direction. For example, see this. Here the current is upward direction. Now the fingers are representing the direction of the magnetic field around this. So that is the third point you have to remember, that is right hand thumb rule. The right hand thumb rule is given the direction of the magnetic field around a current carrying conductor. The fourth point we need to remember is Fleming's left hand rule. The Fleming's left hand rule is, here the thumb, forefinger and middle finger of the left hand is stretched like this, and in this the thumb and it is the forefinger and it is the middle finger. We are assuming these three fingers are like this. All these three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now here the forefinger is representing magnetic field, and the middle finger, it is the middle finger. The middle finger is representing direction of current, and this is the thumb. Thumb indicates direction of the magnetic force. Okay, so here we consider our left hand and stretch the thumb, forefinger and middle finger mutually perpendicular to each other. Now here we stretch like this. This is thumb and it is the forefinger and it is the middle finger. The thumb indicates the magnetic force and forefinger indicates the magnetic field, and the middle finger indicates the direction of current. Okay? So based on this, we are going to take what is the force direction is acting on the conductor. Okay, so these are the 4 points we have to remember. The first point is what is the force acting on a current carrying conductor. The force acting on a current carrying conductor is BIL sin theta. Remember this. And next one is, second point you have to remember, what is the magnetic field by what is the magnetic field due to a straight current carrying conductor. That is, we are going to take B is equal to I by 2 pi r. And third one is right hand thumb rule. And fourth point you have to remember is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, based on these 4 points, we are going to derive an important question, that is, what is the force between two parallel current carrying conductors and what is the definition for the ampere. Now see the force between two parallel current carrying conductors. Here I consider two parallel current carrying conductors. This is the conductor 1. This is conductor 1, and here another conductor which is parallel to it. Okay, so these are the two parallel current carrying conductors, and here conductor 1 is represented with PQ. Through this conductor the current can be taken as I1, and similarly this is the second conductor. Through this the conductor can be considered as RS, and the current flowing through this conductor is taken as I2. And these two conductors are separated, means center to center distance, separated with a distance of small d, and length of each conductor can be taken as L. So we are going to take like that. Whenever two parallel current carrying conductors which are having current is in the same direction, these two are placed parallel to each other. Now we are going to find what is the force acting between these two, and after we understand what is the force, that is attractive force or repulsive force, next we observe. So first we have to calculate what is the force acting between these two current carrying conductors. Now see here we are going to consider, first I take the conductor 1. Okay. Now I consider conductor 1. This is the first conductor I take. Here the current flowing through this conductor can be taken as I1. Due to this current, a magnetic field is set up. That magnetic field is known as B1. See here what is the magnetic field and how the direction of the magnetic field can be considered. Now here we know the magnetic field due to a straight current carrying conductor is given by the Ampere's circuit law. So what is the value of that B1? B1 is equal to, I already told you, I1, because this magnetic field is due to this conductor 1. So current flowing through the conductor 1 is I1 by 2 pi. And what is the distance here? The distance between the conductors is d, that is 2 pi d. And here we are going to observe what is the direction. The direction is nothing but, see here, this thumb indicate the direction of the current, and our remaining fingers are representing the direction of the magnetic field according to right hand thumb rule. The thumb indicating current direction and fingers are indicating direction of the magnetic field. Now here we want to calculate the magnetic field due to this conductor is acting on this conductor, means acting at this point. Now we are going to observe what is the direction. See here, current direction is upward and our fingers are in this direction, so that is into the board. So here the magnetic field due to the conductor 1 is B1, that is which direction? That is into the board. That the direction is into the board. So this is the magnetic field due to the conductor 1 at the point here which is at a distance d, and the current, the magnetic field is into the board. Now we are going to take another one is next one is force acting on, means force experienced by conductor 2 due to conductor 1. Now in the magnetic field of conductor 1 we place the conductor 2, then what is the force experienced by it? So that is, what is the formula for force? We know the force acting due to experienced by 2 due to field 1 is equal to F21 is equal to BIL sin theta. Here B is nothing but magnetic field due to conductor 1, and I is, here we place the second current carrying conductor, so the current is nothing but to I2. In this magnetic field we place this conductor, the conductor carrying current is I2, and length of conductor is nothing but L, and here sin theta, B1 I2L sin theta. Now from this we are going to take what is the value of that one. So that is nothing but here B1 is equal to mu naught I1 by 2 pi d. Here the magnetic field, we know that the formula for the Ampere circuit law given integral B dot dl equal to mu into I. From that B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi d. So here the magnetic field due to the conductor 1 from Ampere circuit law is mu naught I1 by 2 pi d. Now here the B1 is into the board, that is in this direction, and current is in here, this conductor, current is in upward direction. Now what is the angle between field and conductor? The current, the both is 90 degrees. So we can take theta equal to 90. Now that is B1 I2 into L. From this, what is the force? F21 is equal to B1 I2 into L. What is B1? Mu naught into I1 by 2 pi d into I2 into L. So this is the magnetic force acting on conductor 2. Now we are going to observe what is the direction. So direction is given by the Fleming's left hand rule. So here we are going to apply Fleming's left hand rule. See here the finger, middle finger indicates the current direction, and the thumb indicates the force direction, and forefinger indicates the field direction. Now we are going to take the direction is like this. So this is the means I place the finger like this. Here the thumb indicates, means here the middle finger indicates the current direction is upward, and the forefinger is into field direction, that is into the foot, into that board. Now what is the direction of force? Direction of force is towards the first conductor. So here the force F21 is acting towards this conductor, that is the F21 is equal to mu naught I1 I2 into L by 2 pi d. This is the force acting on the conductor 2 due to the conductor 1. Next we are going to find what is the force acting on this conductor 1 due to the conductor 2. That is, here I take conductor 2. Here the current flowing through the conductor is I2. It sets a magnetic field B2. That B2 is mu naught I2 by 2 pi d. Now we are going to see what is the direction. The direction is nothing but, again we are applying right hand thumb rule. Here we have to find what is the direction of the magnetic field at this point. So you take thumb is indicating direction of the current I2. Now our fingers are indicating in which direction? This is the upward direction, means outward direction. Here the field is into the board. At this conductor the field is in the upward, that is outward from the board. So here the direction is outward. Here it is the field B2. This field is due to this current I2. Here B1 is due to this current I1. Here due to this conductor, here field is acting into the board. Due to this conductor, field is acting outward from the board. And now here the magnetic field due to the conductor 2 is mu naught I2 by 2 by D, and direction is outward. Here the direction is inward. Remember this. And next one is force experienced by conductor 1 due to conductor 2. In the previous we find what is the force experienced by conductor 2 due to conductor 1. Now we find what is the force experienced by conductor 1 due to conductor 2. Now that is F12. F12 is equal to, what is the formula? B2 I1L sin theta. But again here also, here the field is outward direction and the current is upward direction. Then both are having angle 90 degrees. Here also theta equal to 90. This is B2 into I1 into L. Substituting here, we can get F12 is equal to, what is B2? Mu naught I2 into I1 into L by 2 pi D. Here this is the force F12 and here it is the force F21. And we are going to observe what is the direction. The direction of force is given by the Fleming's left hand rule. Here the Fleming's left hand rule is applied in this manner. Here it is the direction. See here. It is the direction of the, means our forefinger representing the direction of the means direction of the current, and here thumb is indicating the direction of the field, and means forefinger indicating direction of the field, thumb indicating the direction of force. See here, when we are observing like this, here this is the direction of the current, it is the field. Field is outward direction. Now what is the force? Force is in this direction. This is F12 bar. This is F21 bar. So here for example, if you take F21, F21 is acting along minus I cap, then F12 is acting in which direction? Plus I1 cap. That is along x direction, F12 is acting along minus x direction, F21 is acting. These two forces are acting in the opposite direction. So now we are going to write as F12 is equal to minus F21. So this is the force between two parallel current carrying conductors, and here two equal and opposite forces are acting here. This force can be called as attraction force. Whenever the current in the conductors is flowing in the same direction, the force between the two conductors is known as the attraction force. Okay. Once again see this derivation, important one. Here the first, if I consider the conductor 1, it gives the magnetic field is B1. The magnetic field at this point is according to right hand thumb rule into the board. Now what is the force acting on this conductor 2? That is nothing but BIL sin theta. Here B is field due to conductor 1, I is current flowing through the conductor 2, and L is the length of conductor. Substituting here, we obtain F equal to mu naught I1 I2 2 by D into L. Here what is the force? The force is given by the Fleming's left hand rule. By Fleming's left hand rule, whenever we are applying here, the force is given like this. This is the force direction. And similarly, we are going to take conductor 2. It provides a field B2. B2 equal to mu naught I2 by 2 pi D. And in that field, we place a conductor 1. It is carrying a current I1. According to formula F equal to BIL sin theta, the F12 is equal to B2 I1L sin theta. Substituting, we obtain this is F12. whenever we are observing the directions, the F21 is acting in the negative x direction, F12 is acting in the positive x direction. So both are equal magnitude but in opposite direction. So the forces are F12 bar is equal to minus F21 bar. The magnitude is equal to mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi d. So this is the force between two parallel current carrying conductors. Here we are going to define ampere. In current electricity we also define the ampere. 1 coulomb per 1 second is known as 1 ampere. But here we derive 1 ampere based on the force between two conductors also. Means that is the 1 ampere is defined as, means the current flowing through the conductor is 1 ampere is when 1 ampere is the steady current which when maintained in each of two very long straight parallel conductors with negligible cross section and placed 1 meter apart in vacuum would produce on each of these conductors a force of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. What is the meaning of that one? Meaning of that one is, here we derived force between two parallel current carrying conductors is nothing but mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi d. L is taken this side. This is force per unit length is equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi d. Now when we said these two currents are equal to 1 ampere, that is nothing but, that is when I1 and I2 taken 1 ampere and distance separation between the two conductors is taken 1 meter. Now the formula is nothing but force per unit length is equal to mu naught into 1 into 1 by 2 pi into 1. Here what is mu naught value? 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 by 2 pi. By cancel, what is the force per unit length? When current flowing through the each conductor is 1 ampere, then the force acting on each conductor is 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. So this is the definition for 1 ampere. Means 1 ampere current flowing through two parallel carrying conductors is, we said, when the force between those two conductors is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter, then the current flowing through each conductor can be called as 1 ampere. So finally we are going to take the definition is 1 ampere is the steady current which when maintained in each of very long straight parallel conductor of negligible cross section and placed 1 meter apart in vacuum would produce on each of these conductors a force of, how much force? 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter. Okay. To produce this amount of force between two parallel conductors, the maintained current in each conductor is nothing but 1 ampere. Okay. So this is the definition for 1 ampere. Generally this question is given for 5 marks. They are going to ask this question as derive the force between two parallel current carrying conductors and also define the amperes. Okay. So now this is the force between two parallel current carrying conductors. And you have to remember that the force is, means the current flowing through the two conductors is in same direction. The force is attraction force. And the current flowing through the two conductors is opposite direction. Then the force is the repulsive force. Remember, that is one more question. The current in the conductors in same direction, then the force is attractive force. When the current is in opposite direction, then the force is repulsive force. Okay? In the next session, we are going to derive what is the torque acting on a rectangular current carrying unit.